Leafs undergo a tough week, losing 2 out of 3. That's not the way to play yourselves into playoffs. On the bright side, no, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. Welcome to the penalty box or whatever. First up, Leafs lose 4-3 in overtime to the New York Islanders. Reimer got lots of help from his posts in the early going, and Al Montoya played equally well at the other end to keep it scoreless after 1. But the Islanders got on the board early in the second as Reimer was screened by Konopka and Phaneuf. However, the Leafs would strike back as Muhammad Ali found the score sheet for the first time in his NHL career. Beauty of a shot, nice to see our youngest D-man get rewarded for some solid play. The Islanders would score again midway through the second, but the Leafs kept it even with a Tim Brent goal from the side of the net. Then in the third, the Islanders struck again to make it 3-2. Just after I said probably the first nice thing I've ever said about Brett Lebda in last week's video, he does something like this. He gets caught up ice playing the man, Schenn gets caught out of position, ends up screening Reimer. It's a defensive breakdown, and the Isles take advantage. But the Leafs won't go away as Kuhlman, battling for position in front of the net, bangs one home. And that's where it would stand for the rest of regulation, overtime needed. And in that OT frame, a shot from the point is partially screened by Gunnarsson, tickles the twine, and the Leafs lose. Now, did any of you notice a theme here? Goal number 1, Reimer is screened by Konopka and Phaneuf. Goal number 3, Reimer is screened by Luke Schenn. Goal number 4 shot is partially screened by Carl Gunnarsson. What the hell is going on here? Why are the Leafs screening their own goalie? Reimer isn't Superman, he doesn't have x-ray vision, so why are you standing in front of him while pieces of rubber are flying towards the net? If you're not going to block the shot, get out of the way! Next up, Leafs lose 3-2 to the Philadelphia Flyers. In regulation. Early on in the game, things look ugly for the Leafs as Commissar cross-checks Carcillo from behind into the boards. He does the splits and bumps his head and lies on the ice for a couple of minutes. The officials, obviously being sensitive to this from the Chara incident, I'll get to it, give me a sec, give him a 5-minute major and a game misconduct, he's gone. Now unfortunately, Carcillo is a weasel and was embellishing, as we saw by him not missing a shift. But to be fair to the officials, it did look convincing, so I'll give his dive an 8.9. Andre Mazzaros opens the scoring in the first with an assist going to Carl Gunnarsson, who was helpfully standing right in front of Reimer's face. Not battling for the puck or blocking the shot or anything, just chilling. Both Boucher and Reimer put on a clinic after that, but it would be Reimer who blinks first, letting in a weak shot from the side of the net in 5-hole. Tough one to give up. But the Leafs answer back with Grabowski using his head, or rather his face, as a Phaneuf shot deflects off his visor and in. I gotta say, considering how hard Phaneuf can hammer those, I feel bad for Grabo. But it counts, the Leafs are within 1. But Claude Giroux puts more distance between them, scoring off the rebound, and the Flyers are up by 2. But Mike Brown and Joffrey Lupulita rush up ice and score. Odd combo, but it works. Amazing play. But in the end, it's not enough to pull even with Philly, and the Leafs fall 3-2 in regulation. And this game exemplifies the problems with the Leafs scoring this season. Streaky! When you don't have Kessel, MacArthur, Kuhlman, and Grabowski getting on the scoreboard, you don't win. So unless Kessel, Grabo, and Kuhlman can get 82-goal seasons, we're going to need some more consistent offensive production. Or else this is going to be the same old story every year. We haven't had consistency since the departure of Mats. Wrapping up a bad week on a positive note, the Leafs win a big one against their competition for 8th seed, the Buffalo Sabres. This is a must-win for the Leafs. Buffalo was winning like crazy, and the Leafs, well, haven't. Anyway, an inauspicious start for the Leafs as Mike Weber fires a shot through traffic and in, 1-zip. MacArthur evens it up with a sweet shot, his 20th goal of the season, remember that for later. Bozak keeps the party going, putting the Leafs up 2-1 in the second. Good for Bozak, we need him to do that more often. But Buffalo wasn't going to play dead as Jochen Hecht and Jordan Leopold each score. Leopold firing through Schenn's legs, and Buffalo regains the lead. But Toronto comes into the third firing on all cylinders, and it's Gunnarsson with the pass to Grabowski for the one-timer, and the Leafs tie it up. Later on, Luke Schenn feeds the pass to Phil Kessel, who leads the rush up ice with Joffrey Lupul riding shotgun. Phil Kessel needs no help, wires it past Miller, and the Leafs are back on top. The Leafs still need to kill half a period for the win, but they managed to hang on in spite of great chances for Buffalo. It's 4-3. Now, what did I ask you to remember? Clark MacArthur with his 20th goal of the season. That gives his entire line 20 or more goals on the season. It's true, MacArthur has 20, Kuhlman has 26, and Grabowski has 27. Seriously, when was the last time that happened for the Leafs? Hint, it was over a decade ago, and the players' names rhymed with Mats Lundin, Jonas Fogland, and Slumpy Thomas. Great production there. I really hope that line is a fixture in Toronto for years to come. And last but certainly not least, I need to talk about the hit that turned the hockey world on its head. Tuesday, March the 8th, 2011, Boston is playing in Montreal. And in a battle for the puck along the boards, Zdeno Chara gets his arm up on Max Pacioretty, and BAM! Pacioretty's head goes right into the stanchion for the glass between the two benches, giving Pacioretty a concussion and a broken vertebrae in his neck. A really scary hit, the type of thing that can make you physically sick. And my view on the hit, I have to confess, did a complete 180 in the first 24 hours afterwards. At first I bought that it was a hockey play gone wrong, that Pacioretty just got hit at the worst possible time. But then I watched the replay a few more times, and Chara knew exactly where he was. His head was up, he saw the stanchion, and guided Max Pacioretty into it. The league, though, apparently saw no problem with it and did not suspend Chara. Really? Really? Really, Batman? Your league is undergoing increasing scrutiny for hits to the head. You have a player with a broken neck and a chance to send a clear message about where you stand, and your position is meh. Not suspending Chara is unconscionable. I was under the impression that the rule was when a player is injured, whether it's intentional or not, you at least get some kind of reprimand, whether the hitter is a repeat offender or not. A suspension of some kind was needed here, especially when you have a player that may never play again. And people like Don Cherry are offering solutions like sloping the stanchions so you don't break your neck when you run into them, more padding, taking away the seamless glass, but that's really all window dressing. The problem here is that these types of hits with concussions and injury have become much more common since the lockout. Yes, the taking away of the clutch and grab opened the game up somewhat, but then you have this kind of thing where players are involved in train wreck accidents that severely limit their career and put them in extreme danger. Something needs to be done, or we could have a death in our league someday very soon. We need a commissioner who takes this seriously. Sorry to end on such an ominous note, the Leafs cannot afford another week like the one they just had. Let's hope they refine their victorious ways. Go Leafs, go.